And good evening, everyone, and it is certainly a pleasure and an honor to be with you this evening and to be reading that famous poem, now called, in most cases, The Night Before Christmas, but originally it was written as A Visit from St. Nicholas. It was first published in 1822 in Troy, New York, and it was published the author remained anonymous, and the author later came forward and claimed ownership, I suppose wanting to make sure the poem was successful before he took credit for writing. A New York clergyman named Clement Clark Moore is the author of this poem, and as I said, he called it A Visit from St. Nicholas, and later it became known more for the first line of the poem, which was "'Twas the night before Christmas." This poem has endured nearly 200 years of popularity, and it is read and recited by millions of people over that length of time, and it's the description of Santa and how he goes about his business. The poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, or The Night Before Christmas, goes like this. "'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below. When what to my wandering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be Saint Nick. More rapid than eagles his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouting and called them by name. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donder and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, they mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with sleigh full of toys and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him, in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work, filled all the stockings and turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod up the chimney, he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him explain, as he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Thank you, and a Merry Christmas to all. My final wish and thought is that we all keep the spirit of Christmas in our hearts and in our minds throughout the coming year. Thank you again, and good night.